Hello, today we're going to be chatting through how to make animal scones if we were to be doing this with a nursery or primary school class. So first of all, in my bowl I have got 100 grams of self-raising flour and I'm going to add in 25 grams of margarine and I'm going to rub this together. Now when you're doing this, we would want to make sure that just as I would describe to you in the classroom, you want to keep the palms of your hands completely clean because you don't want to be using the palm of your hand to be rubbing in the fat and the flour. If you did this, it would cause the fat to get too warm and it would end up in a big sticky mess. So you want to be moving quickly, using your money fingers, rubbing in up high to get more air in and keeping the palms of your hand nice and clean. And that could be a fun wee task to be doing with children at the end to see who's got the cleanest palms of their hand. Now, we've been looking at play with technology, and recipes is something that is really easily adapted to do online, especially during lockdown. We've realised this. There's my nice clean palms, by the way. We've realised that we can do lots of things online, like exercise classes and cooking. So, for children, using online visuals or YouTube videos is a lot easier for learning purposes because they've got something visual that they can look at. I've just added in 25 grams of sugar and now I'm combining all those ingredients together with a knife in my bowl. So it's your role as the adult to always consider the health and safety. So you need to ensure that you have got the correct age appropriate tools available or to be suggesting the correct age appropriate tools to be using. Always to be there to supervise and children not to be near cookers and advising them not to use them alone. Now what I've just done here is I've cut up my cherries and these are really sticky and if you were to just add these into your bowl, they would all sink to the bottom. So all I've done is I've coated them in a layer of flour on my chopping board, like this. And now when I add them in, they will all separate out, not a problem. So they're going in. I'm also going to be adding in my chocolate chips and then I will also add in around 60 mils of milk, but you might need more or less depending on your own mixture. And I'm going to beat all that together to form a dough. It's also important that if ever you're cooking with young children, you must make sure that you have checked for allergies and to play a big part on your lesson on the importance of hygiene, like washing your hands and how to even clean up spillages. By encouraging technology play, this will help children not only learn a skill like what we're doing here, teaching how to bake, but also it promotes communicating information as well as you developing new skills, learning about the IT environment. Now, a lot of our jobs that we have in our society involve IT, and so children nowadays are really savvy on their iPads and things like that. So encouraging them to learn that way as well often makes it easier for them to learn and more enjoyable. Most people also have got access to things like computers and digital games and things nowadays as well. Some other examples of technology play could include things like audio and video tutorials like what we're going to do today, but also things like the handheld wee iPads they get in the schools for games. CBBC website also have got lots of interactive games for them. So this is the bit where if you were in person with them, you would be making sure that they are taking the time to clean up afterwards, wash their hands before they start doing all of this. And in your video, you would be able to talk through how to make your animal scones. Now, I have to say, those two first ones are supposed to be pigs, but not everything always works out. That's part of the play experience is to just be creative and have fun and see what you can come up with. So those little piggies did not turn out great. They tasted lovely, by the way. And these last two I've just made into dogs, and these are just some examples. But it's important again as your role being the adult in the play situation is that you don't control what the children are designing, but you all are there to offer ideas or inspiration and encourage them to create for themselves. So these would be good examples, but it would be good to encourage them to do their own, so they might end up with like snake scones and things like that. I've just used some of the wee chocolate chips here to make the eyes and the nose. And then these are going to go into a preheated oven at 200 degrees, and they'll only take about 10 minutes to turn golden brown. I've also put egg wash over the top of them, which means I've just cracked an egg, whisked it up, and if you have a pastry brush, you can spread the egg over the top of your scones to get that nice golden brown colour. If you don't have a pastry brush, I just used my finger. Now make sure that you are using your oven gloves when placing in the oven, and an adult is there to help supervise when you do this. And that's them, in the oven they go. And 10 minutes later, this is what we've got. Now, as you can see, those piggies did not turn out. That's part of the fun of it. Dogs look cute, but they did taste fantastic. So if you give this a go, obviously take a photo and send us it in. And I hope that in future, when you see these tutorial videos and things like that, that you see how it helps you understand your own learning and how easy it was for you to do that, and how we can adapt resources and create our own resources to make them age appropriate depending on the age or stage of the child that it is we are working with. And I hope that helps.